Something very big may be about to happen in Los Angeles. One of those moves that changes the course of rumors all season long. Rumors, behind-the-scenes conversations, and a possible trade that no one predicted are circulating. And the name involved could transform the long-standing Lakers into a true NBA monster. But is this bold move worth the price? Is it finally time for Los Angeles to take the decisive step? Before we get into the details of this bombshell that could hit the market, subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and leave a like, because what comes next, you won't want to miss. To understand why Markkanen's name has definitely entered Los Angeles' radar, it's necessary to first analyze what's happening within the team. At the beginning of this season, center Deandre Ayton has been one of the highlights of the roster. After years of trying to find consistency and space to show his potential, Ayton finally seems to have found the balance. The chemistry between Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves has grown game after game, and this has been directly reflected in their performance. His ease in scoring near the basket, his refined touch, his strength on rebounds, and a much more mature understanding of the game have positioned Ayton as a double-double machine. In 5 of his last 8 games, he surpassed the 10-point and 10-rebound mark, being a pillar in the paint and a solid rim protector. However, when it comes to the NBA, individual consistency doesn't eliminate the need for depth in the roster, especially when we're talking about a team aiming for a title. The Lakers know that relying on a single center in their current system is risky, and that having someone capable of complementing Ayton can be the difference between a good season and a truly dominant campaign. And that's exactly where Lauri Markkanen's name comes into the conversation. Last Friday, Sports Illustrated reporter Blake Silverman raised a possibility that quickly gained traction among analysts and fans: Markkanen as a trade target for the Lakers. He highlighted that the Utah Jazz are in a completely different moment from the rest of the conference. There's no rush to win, nor ambition to reach the playoffs. The Jazz are clearly focused on development, consolidation, and asset accumulation. And in this scenario, Markkanen, although the best player on the roster, is also the most valuable asset to be traded. The Jazz know the Finn has market value. Teams like the Detroit Pistons and the Portland Trail Blazers are also in the running. But none of them have the competitive urgency of the Lakers. And most importantly, none of them have LeBron James, or someone with equivalent impact, to justify an immediate, all-out investment. This automatically puts Los Angeles in the spotlight. But why would Markkanen be so coveted? The answer is simple. He's a rare player. Standing at 2.16 meters tall and possessing a mobility lacking in traditional centers and power forwards, he moves like a true forward, finishes like a center, and shoots like a specialist. His career three-point shooting percentage of over 37% isn't just a statistic. It's a threat that completely changes how defenses need to react to pick-and-pop situations and perimeter passes. In other words, unlike Ayton, who dominates near the basket, Markkanen is all over the court. He forces the opponent out of the paint. He transforms spacing. He opens up spaces. And it doesn't stop there. Even as an excellent shooter, Markkanen maintains a vertical aggression that characterizes the great players of the modern era. He cuts to the basket, executes alley-oops, runs well in transition, and makes quick decisions. He's exactly the kind of hybrid player who fits perfectly alongside point guards like Luka Doncic, who's in his most cerebral and dominant phase, and Austin Reaves, who has established himself as a reliable second point guard capable of attacking the paint, drawing fouls, and dishing out assists. By acquiring Markkanen, the Lakers gained an offense they simply don't have today. Their game relies too heavily on individual moments and the talent of their stars. With Markkanen, the offense would flow more naturally. Spacing would improve. Opposing defenses would have to choose between protecting the passing game against Ayton or positioning themselves on the perimeter to contest Markkanen. And frankly, there's no perfect answer to that. But the main point is the cost. None of this would be possible without a substantial trade, and Silverman made that very clear. Markkanen isn't cheap. He's in the first year of a monstrous 4-year, $195.8 million extension. This means that any team that acquires him will be committed to this contract until the 2028 to 2029 season. We're not talking about a temporary rental, we're talking about an investment. To be competitive, the team doesn't hesitate. It was the same with Anthony Davis, with Russell Westbrook, even if it didn't work out. And now, with LeBron nearing the end of his career, the front office knows that every season matters. The clock doesn't stop, the window isn't endless, and looking at it objectively, Markkanen is precisely the type of player worth a large package. He's at his peak, has impressive numbers, and fits perfectly into the modern style of play. This season alone, he's averaging close to 30 points per game, shooting almost 39% from beyond the arc, and with excellent overall efficiency. It's not just volume, it's quality. And when a player with this profile appears on the market, competitive teams make moves. The Lakers would have to give up promising young players, possibly future draft picks, and certainly contracts to match the value. Max Christie, Rui Hachimura, maybe even some more established name could enter the discussion. And of course, there's always the question, is it worth sacrificing the future for something that might work now? Looking at recent NBA history, the answer is usually yes. Winning teams are aggressive. Teams that wait too long end up in limbo. Los Angeles can't afford to wait. If there's a real chance of forming a core with Luka Doncic, DeAndre Ayton, Austin Reaves, and Lauri Markkanen, it makes sense to at least explore it. But there's another important detail. Markkanen isn't just another system player. He changes the team's ceiling. He raises the bar. He provides tactical variety. He allows for small ball with him at the 5 position. He allows for big ball with Ayton. He allows Luka to have 4 shooters around him. He allows Reaves to have elite spacing to attack. He's the kind of addition that doesn't just solve one need, it solves several at once. The Jazz, on the other hand, only have reasons to listen to offers. The team doesn't intend to compete right now, and when a player on their roster is at their peak and highly valued, that's when the return is greatest. Markkanen could yield multiple first-round draft picks, 2 promising young players, maybe 3, and contracts that would facilitate rebuilding. It's the kind of trade that accelerates a process the Jazz already know will be lengthy. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, the signs are clear. The team is analyzing options to strengthen its roster before the February 5th deadline. The season is long, the West is as competitive as ever, and every strategic move can determine who will be ready to contend for the title. And this is where the big question arises. Will the Lakers really take this bold step? Will we see Markkanen wearing purple and gold? Will the front office bet everything now, believing this is the golden opportunity to transform a good season into a serious title race? The answer may take a few weeks to emerge, but one thing is certain. If the Lakers really want Markkanen, there will be no shortage of effort. There will be no shortage of negotiations. There will be no shortage of headlines. Los Angeles always shines when it comes to shaking up the market. And this time will be no different. The clock is ticking. The pressure is mounting. The chance is real. And things are heating up behind the scenes. The question remains, are the Lakers ready to set the league ablaze again? So, do you think the Lakers should go all in and make this blockbuster trade for Lauri Markkanen? Or would that be risking too much for the franchise's future? Comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like to support us.